Hello, my name's David Highland. I am doing a tutorial for one of my classes here for Teachback for engines and editors. Now, I'm using a Mac, and there's not really a whole lot of editors to go by. Fortunately, I managed to find one, and almost like the Super Mario Maker world, I found the Legend of Zelda Classic editor, which comes in different versions, like for Windows, Linux, and for Mac. So I ended up downloading the latest version here, and I went over the tutorial basics, and this is what I got from all of it. Um, I wish I could maximize the screen here, but unfortunately, this darn program doesn't really allow me the privilege of doing anything of that sort. So I hope you can see through this small port here. I'll try going a little bit slow so at least I can point to you where everything is at. So here we have the map editor, or first off, let's go under new. And whenever you start a new file, you have like these four things. The latest one is that you have to go with is a Zelda 3 SK, if I'm pronouncing it right. It comes with everything other than the previous three, so set that. Now, what you want to do, since I put it all up in here, is where I'm pointing at right here. I'm going down here. This is the overworld map. Basically, in every Legend of Zelda game, this is the outside world. All this white noise here, don't worry too much about it. That's pretty much telling the players, or at least the avatar, that there's nothing back here, that this is all a dead end. So even if they were to transition over here, there would be nothing for them, so it'll be practically a dead end, and they won't really transition over. Now, editor processing is simple. For this one, I just made all this, but we'll go over from the very beginning. So what you want to do, and this is along the borders here, is you want to select one of these three. They're all the same. They're not different. Pretty much, it's just meant for if you want a quick icon link to a different palette. But for now, we're going to go with the basics right here. So we'll go with combo 25. It's just a wall here. So what you can do is you select a tablet or the tile, and you can click, hold, and drag. That way you get all of this going around. And like I said, players will not pass through any of this thing, because for some reason the tiles here are all come with their own collision boxes, so you don't really need to worry too much about which one is covered by which. So for now, we just build floors here, or the dirt. Yeah. Oh. Even though the players can't pass through any of this stuff, let's just go ahead and at least make a few things. Also, there's like curves here, so can do it like that. Now, for these parts, you can like throw in a cave. Now you'll come up with this thing: tile warp A, cave item seller. Now that just means like you can. This thing will allow you to enter through a cave. Sort of like how I got this one set up. Oh, and if you look down here, like these are the two tiles I worked on, and this one was just out of the whim. However, for this one, or for these two, I recommend you leaving those alone for now. Especially this bottom row here. They're meant for special items or different cave setting structures. So, let's go back. One thing that you have to do first is to make sure you save. Now, I've already did save as and stuff, so it'll automatically get loaded up to the Legend of Zelda save file that I loaded up here. So, what we want to do is first create a rival square here. This just means when the player starts, if you see right here at the very bottom middle corner here, you'll see a green warp zone. That just means players will resume where they last left off or where their starting position is. And let me just clarify something. Okay, yeah, so I figured the reason why our first Legend of Zelda game always warps us back to the very first scene where Link gets his sword is because the developers didn't want to like go through the hassle of setting every single starting point for whenever the players will start. So what you can do, whoops. If you want to like readjust the square, you just have to hit the thing again. Just drag it to any point. So let's say right here. Same applies with these four as well. If you look on the tiles, if you look very closely, one of the caves is called Walk Down A. You have Walk Down B, C, and D. These three, well, you can also include these four as well. These four are related to the ones down here. So for this one, this is Walk Down A. So if I want, click down here. Now the reason why this is important is every time when the player goes through the cave, he goes into this little scene right here. However, when they exit out, they will automatically resume at this spot right here. So we don't really want that happening. And without any of these spots, whenever the player enters and leaves the cave, he'll just go back to the first starting position right here. So what we want to do is create a little trigger box here, warp A, so then when the player goes out of the cave, he spawns right around here. Now then, I had this one all set up here, but oh yeah, that's right. Before I go any further, first of all, you want to go to header, and this is a must. Make sure your quest version is at 2.5. Everything, when you first start it, everything's going to be blank, so fill this out. This is 2.5. This one's a 1.0. Make up your own title, doesn't matter. and of course type in your name. And I know when you first start off, you're worried about what are the rules and stuff. I wouldn't really worry too much about it, except for combos. Um, where is it? Ah, and all the rules that you see here, you'll want to make sure everything's like related to like the stages that you want your whole overworld to react. Now, what I did beforehand was see the use warp of return points only. Now this one will be automatically on. What you have to do is turn it off in order to get these two things running. Now, for the tile, each screen acts as its own blueprint here. So this one is its own, while this one is like a dimmed down version of it. So what I got here is a special item, sword 1, and string. What you have to do is go on to quest, and this is basically your tools that you want put in. So say strings. What this does for you is, oh, I can't even move this. What this goes for you is whenever you enter a cave or an event, this one will go out. Almost like the first Legend of Zelda, when you are taking the sword, tells you, or there's this old guy who tells you it's dangerous to go alone. Take the sword with you. Whenever you enter a cave, you can make up the strings as you go along. So you can go on edit here. Now there isn't any way of changing how the spacing goes, so you're gonna have to make do with what it says right here. Because let's say, for example, see, it's all in like a mini paragraph with a certain indent of lining. So you have to be careful with how you word your things. And of course, whenever you have anything else longer, you can go in the next string here. Okay, so now that we got the string here, let's go on. There's some other things to go over. Let's say view, show walkability, all the red stuff is where the players cannot travel to. Flex, E-type, got a lot of things here. You got items, enemies, D-maps. And you know what, I'm just going to stop right here because I want to save all this for my next video. But, before I go, let me just show you that this thing actually does work. Yes. Now, whenever you download the file, I'll come up with Zelda Classics here. What I went under is a ZQuest editor. What you have to do is click on Zelda Classics. Oh, and make sure that you change your controls, key directions, and stuff. I got mine to the ASQW. Enter. Uh-oh. Okay, so I originally had this up on the file. So, comes up with a custom quest here. What you want to do is make sure you load it up in how you had it and shit. So, you see, all works out. Whoops. And that is about it. Uh, yeah, so everything is already working alright. And as you see, everything else is okay. So that's about it. I will once again I'll cover over some enemies, some more item pickups along the way in my next video. So hope to see you soon.